coming off a road trip, a real complete effort
Yeah,
from start to finish.
it's a real challenge coming back from the West Coast and playing the next day. And we've had 2 of them now. We played very well in both. I think tonight was really a continuation of, 3 of our last 4 have been very strong. They've looked almost identical. We've been really stingy off the rush and battled real hard defensively, and then some real quick counter and attack plays. So it was good just because we felt on the road trip we had started to build something that we really liked, and then had a tough one in Winnipeg. So to get back on it in an important game, it's December, but those divisional games are critical. So it was a great effort tonight.
And one of those games where you really see how valuable it is to have Barkov.
Oh, it just changes everything for you on all systems. But it allows you to change your matchup during the game and run him against either the other team's best or not, and make them pick a set of defensemen. They've got a shutdown pair that have to decide whether it's Barkov or Bennett, and that just opens up ice for the other line.
All the call-ups now who've scored
Yep.
in these last 2 games. Obviously, it's a tough situation for them coming up, joining you guys
Yeah.
on the road trip in Wyoming. And just what has impressed you about the way they've come in and made an immediate contribution?
Well, their play alone, they've come up with good legs and confidence. I do think it has something to do with that room, and that it's incredibly inclusive. Really, they welcome these guys in, and they're on the team. They feel like they're a part of it. They talk on the bench. They kind of a close-knit group. So these guys go out and play truly for each other, even if they're not regularly on our team. So they've been good, and we need those legs, especially, the Dalpe speed's been important, the back end, Kierstad getting up the ice. Those guys don't have the miles on them right now that the rest of our group does, so they were good tonight. They were really good in Winnipeg too, and we need those guys for sure.
For Dalpe and Tierney, the fact they've played together,
Sure.
does that just make it easy? Because they're not
You know what,
signed to the
even
line or whatever here?
having somebody to talk to on the bench that they're really communicate naturally with, and they play off each other. So all of those little things that aren't coaches' things, they're the small, more important things that happen on the ice between players. They have that comfort level.
In this game, how important was it for you guys to carry over what you did in the first, in the second? You get the quick goal by
Right.
Starainen, and then
I thought the key piece came in and they score, and this is true, they'll get a little momentum. They're back in the game off that power play goal, and there were 2 shifts where they got faster. And then we shut the game down on them. Got in on the forecheck and took it back over. I think coming out, I wasn't particularly worried how we were going to come out in the second, but you're wondering for the first kind of bad break that goes in on you. It's a 3-1 game now, and we settled that right down, and we're real strong after that.
and you talked about Winnipeg being able to put Bob in there in the second period.
It was great for him. Yeah, you know what? He needed some work to feel good and he was good in Winnipeg, and he moved right. And then, you know what? I don't think we've given Sergei a great chance to start and feel good in games. We haven't given up a lot of shots, but the first one's a breakaway or a 2-on-1. So I think a comfort level early on. He made 2 really good saves in the first period, but we didn't ask him to do it in the first 5 minutes. So we settled in on that, and I think comfort for those guys, and then his confidence just grew.
And again, you've talked about it. He didn't look like he was fighting anything at all.
No, he felt he was solid around the net, and you need your back end to clean up anything you can. You can't expect a goalie to eat every rebound, and I thought our defense was nice and tight with him.
When you talked about liking 3 of the last 4, despite all the things that you guys have gone through with the injuries and the road trip, do you feel like maybe they're starting to turn a corner?
Yeah, I understand when you have 122 points, you're waiting for this blowout and it keeps rolling. That's not where we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to that game, that grind. We're still waiting for the 2-1 grinder that we want to be good at. When we just play that way, we score a bunch of goals. I never felt it's about turning a corner with this group. I mean, the big blocks of our game and our analytics are right and right on. We've had some unusual games for sure. I've never been in a game where you put up 96 shot attempts and lost a game. So we had a bunch of those. But big chunks of our game have been very, very consistent. I think maybe what we went through a little bit early was we weren't scoring goals, and that was a problem mentally. We started to push a little bit. We got in behind. We didn't give our goalies much of a chance to be great. I think we've settled into a bit of a comfort level that the goals will come.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay, guys.